It's my honor to welcome you all. We've gathered this evening to mark the 9th anniversary of the US and its allied invasion and occupation of Iraq. Much has happened during these 9 years. We all know the cost that Iraq has paid and continues to pay while it fights for its national independence and sovereignty. Many people think that things are over. It's not over yet, far from it. We are approaching a period which is going to be very decisive for the future of Iraq. And that's why we're especially honored that we have guests that have come so far to join with us today. Dr. Khdhayer Waheed is a voice of the political resistance in Iraq, who's very up to date on the situation inside Iraq. He comes to us all the way from Damascus, where he lives in exile, and works as a well-known academic and the dean at a large medical university in Damascus. I'll say a bit more about him in a few minutes. Cindy Sheehan, well known to many as the peace mom, one of the leaders and forefront figures of the anti-war movement in the United States, who has struggled year after year and continues to struggle to end the aggression. She's made great personal sacrifices, of course. Her son was tragically killed in this dirty war, and she continues to make daily sacrifices in her life to spread the word about the need for solidarity and opposition to this war and all of President Obama's wars. Before, I would like to say that the meeting this evening is arranged by the Iraq Solidarity Association in Stockholm, together with the ABF, the Trade Union Educational Movement, with the support of Afghanistan Solidarity, Folkebild Kulturfront in Stockholm, ARC, the Action Group Against Radioactive Warfare, Stockholm's section of the International Women's League for Peace and Freedom. And we're also very happy that the Iraqi Association for Peace and Social Solidarity in Sweden and the Nordic countries is here, and we'll be hearing from them also a bit into the program. I said a little bit about Dr. Khdhayer Waheed Hussein, and I mentioned that he's very well known as a doctor. He's an assistant professor, and is quite knowledgeable about the health situation. He comes to us and comes to Europe because he's on his way to Geneva to speak in connection with the hearings about the situation for human rights. And he'll be continuing and doing some very important work there. So it's not just here in Sweden, it's internationally in many countries, but even at the United Nations, that the question of the human rights, health, education, employment, sanitation will be dealt with. And there, hopefully we'll issue some very important reports that we'll be able to see soon. I think it's very important for us because to get a true picture of what's going on in the ground in Iraq, to speak and hear from those who are in direct contact with the situation, not only as it is today, but who can tell us a little bit maybe about what to expect in the future. And I think that Dr. Khdhayer has some important things to tell us that we're not being told, except occasionally in the major mass media, if at all.